Interestingly, Steve Harvey says he won't do a stand-up show because cancel culture will mess up his TV gig. That's what he said. He was very reflective. And is there truth in what he says? Yeah. He says the reason why Dave Chappelle can is because he's subscription. There's a difference between being subscription and TV. Obviously, if you're hosting Family Feud, you can say certain things, but there's a lot you can't say. Obviously, if you're hosting a show like Family Feud and you got corporate sponsors, you are a corporate entity. They're not gonna sit there and let you do mama jokes or cap on somebody and talk trash about somebody or dare say something words that they may find offensive. So you have to know your audience. I've said this before and time again. A lot of times people don't know their audiences and they think that they can get away with saying, and you can until there's a backlash. You see, I will give you examples. Richard Pryor tried to be on TV and it didn't last too long because he no boundaries. Um, Red Fox was able to juggle both sides of it, but it's a different era though, different era, and he was able to balance it. But if you're gonna get up there and get raw, they not gonna like that. You can't really do that no more. There was a time because now you got more corporate sponsors. Granted, when you're working with these corporate entities, if you're doing Netflix or you're doing this or that and the other, but he's too commercialized. Steve Harvey does not have the luxury of going back in the bottle and hiding and acting like, because there's a fine line and it is a corporate entity. People get upset and say, well, you sold out. Well, you can't really call people sellouts no more because that's what's up. The corporations run everything and they are going to green light. And when you're working for a corporate brand, they're going to dictate and say, okay, you put this person on, you do this, you do that. So those certain nickel and dime type of stores that you do, it's kind of like what Cat Williams is pretty much, he's subscription based. He really doesn't have the same channels because they really don't mess with him on what you call the mom and pop or the local bins. So he got a little bit, but he also has a limitation. He has to knock them out with what he do. So there is all tiers to it and there's lines to it. So I see what Steve Harvey was saying about, he said he's a cancel culture because if he says anything, they're going after you. Again, depends on what kind of jokes you're talking about. Depends on what you're saying, you know. If you can find a way to have the right material and you can balance out the two worlds, that's where the greatness of you comes in. You can balance out the two. Now, do I agree with him? Yeah, because it's a different climate now. It's a different climate now. They're not going to let you just do certain things without you being, because again, it's a different climate. Back in the day when you didn't have as much media or much attention to it and you could be offensive, that's why you'll never see Eddie Murphy do a stand up. He can tell jokes and stuff. He couldn't get away with the half of what he said in the 80s today. Oh no. You know, that would not even fly today. Not even close. And you can tell what it's reality. So anyway, but this was an older one that I revisited and I was reading and I was like, yeah, he was on it. He told the truth. They would not let a lot of, no matter what side yours, because he's too corporate. That's a fact. Please like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another share if you like, and hit that membership because when you do requests like this come true, stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.